Yo, Rich, what going on, man? Big up.
Big up, man. Sorry for the whole confusion and everything, bro. It's good to see you, though.
Nah, it's good. We here now. Good to see you as well, brother. How
Yes.
things with you? How you holding up in these crazy times, man?
Yeah, man. I mean, things and stuff is a little slow, but we pushing through. Pushing through, taking the time to recalibrate and everything. How about you? How has this whole experience been? Musically, creatively, everything.
Yo, I mean, you know what? Before we jump into that, man, yo,
Yeah.
I don't really want to lead on a negative note, but yo, bless up, Jel. It's not negative or positive. I think it's just a matter of awareness.
Mm.
Like Trump just released a statement there that I don't know if you got a chance to see it as yet, but I don't know how that speech is gonna go over with a lot of the protesters and a lot of the
Hmm.
people that feeling what they're feeling right now. And I don't know. I'm just a little bit kind of taken aback with what he just said
Yeah.
because it's just so crazy. I don't think that's I'm no politician.
Yeah.
I didn't study politics, but I don't know
I,
that.
I I missed exactly what he said, do you want to see it?
I don't, to be honest.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay. That's
I
okay.
don't want to say it, to be honest,
Because
but
I'm guessing
okay.
it's
But you know
something.
what?
Yeah.
We here under a positive vibe. We here under a positive vibe, and you know, I think everybody's aware of what's going on, and we'll get
Hmm.
into that at some point. So, musically, I've been in the studio. I've been in the studio a lot before I was ever really an artist touring, man. So, in terms of the quarantine and what been going on that front, like I've been doing just fine. I kind of, you know, grateful for the time to spend with my family. I'm not grateful for the circumstances in which I get to spend that time with my fam, but you had to look at the silver lining sometimes, right? And I have a lot of time to be back in studio again and working on projects in house and spending time with fam. So, you know, I just been
Yes.
kind of enjoying that.
I feel, yeah, man. I understand. I mean, and I think a lot of people can relate to that. It's nice that we have this downtime to be with our loved ones, but it's not ideally how we thought it was going to be, you
Facts.
know? So I totally feel you. Just want to big up everybody in the chat right now. Jel, big up yourself. Drew, big up yourself. And big up to all the people out there right now, all the protesters and everything, people out there who are putting, a lot of things at risk just to be able to spread awareness and to give people a fighting chance, and to really, really fight for what they believe in. So I just want to big up everybody out there. I hope everybody's staying safe. So yeah, GB, I know things is tough right now on the lockdown and stuff like that. There's a lot of things happening. I know it's been a time where a lot of soca artists and stuff like that have the opportunity now to do kind of these interviews and stuff like that. How's it been for you? Has it given you as an artist a chance for fans to see another side of you that they maybe would not get to see during the season and stuff like that?
For me, yes, it has because I'm not really much of a social media guy like that. But there's no fets, there's no concerts, um, there's no in-person interviews. So the digital, has been an outlet um, for, sharing content and, just, popping in and bigging up fans and, doing different things that fans could still, feel the connection to their favorite artists and stuff. So, yeah, for me personally, definitely been doing a lot more of this. And, you know, again, connecting with fans.
Hmm. I see
That,
that. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Yeah, you go ahead. Good. Yeah.
No, no, well,
Yeah.
it's
So I
been
was gonna
wonderful
say,
getting to know our artists in a new way, yeah, for sure.
yeah, that's
Hey,
good.
Twin.
Good day. You hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Good. Yeah. Sorry, man. Go ahead.
No, well, I was complete with what I was saying, so
Okay.
yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. So, because a lot of the fans and stuff, I've been hearing a lot of really dope feedback. I know you've been putting in work during this time as well. With your latest album, Carmen, right? Absolutely love it. Listen to the whole thing, top to bottom,
Appreciate it.
multiple times. Um, you released that like at the end of April, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So I wanted to ask, like, what was the inspiration behind the whole album, and starting with the name, because I think that was one of the things that really intrigued me the most. Like, why the name Carbon for the album?
At that point in time, we were entering lockdown basically, and Carmen in Spanish is garden, is God's vineyard. I just felt it fitting because of where these songs were coming from, and just on the heels of the pandemic really setting in, it was like it was like there was a period where nature was resetting. There was a period where outside literally there was no activity, so the air was different. Like I mean, it's getting back a little bit more active now. People slowly getting back out there, but there was just that energy of me feeling like there's a reset happening and nature doing its thing. You know what I mean? In terms of just the whole feel of the place. But specifically, Carmen is garden in Spanish, and I think like the songs on the album just and in the different styles and vibes
Yeah.
just kind of represent different flowers in a garden. It was like it just had that feeling to me, like it was just like that vibe of freshness, and beauty, something beautiful, something from God, like God's vineyards. These songs are ideas. I believe my talent to be something coming from you know a higher place. So these songs were just like the flowers in God's gardens.
That's amazing, man. Yeah, and I think the artwork really shows that, because I mean, when I was looking at it, I was wondering, like, okay, I understand. I love the artwork, by the way. I love the
Appreciate
greenery. I love the colors. I love everything, and I think everything that you said just sums up everything about what it represented and everything like that. People in the comments saying your album is fire. Ruthless, big up yourself. Jamaica
Yeah, big up, big
blessings.
up. Lover boy.
Yes, lover boy, always for letting me use the studio. Appreciate it. Con67, big up yourself. And oh yeah, don't forget, if you guys have any questions for Nutron, please feel free to leave it in the comments. Let us know in the little questions widgets. We would love to hear from you, right? So Carmen was a very different album, right? I think it's not a very traditional soca album, so to speak, right? And I know you especially are not quote unquote a traditional soca artist. I know you're someone who loves to experiment, who freely, freely expresses yourself through your music. You have Ride of Your Life, which is one of my favorite tracks on the tune. Love it. Love and the zest and the bashment and everything. There's just so much going on. What was the inspiration and the idea behind having all these kind of varied sounds and genres commingling together in one album?
Well, to be honest, is diversity in one place, which is also it's the underlying message right now, is what we need. We need those different things to come together and work as one, one moving body. So like, big up to everybody that think the album is fire and that supported the album. I appreciate y'all. Trust me, I appreciate y'all. Because I feel like the people that support this project, they get it. It's not so much that it's an experiment into new sounds, but it's more of an evolution of, if you are a GBM fan, you know that we've done songs like Keep Dancing, to Set Good, to Warrior of Love on Calypso album, to Trouble, which is soca ska rhythm, to songs like Type of Wine and We Like Me. It's like we have a diverse palette, if you will, right? And I think Carmen is just the first time that I've ever really put all of those different sounds together in one place, and represented that GBM song as GBM Nutron, the artist. Like, because a lot of those sounds that we would have done before, Set Good Rhythm, Movie Rhythm, we would have featured other artists experimenting with that sound. But that sound is not new to us at all. Is just evolved into Carmen, like a flower blooming. Is like it went from the bud into a full bloom kind of situation. So
That's awesome. Yeah, and I could definitely hear the evolution in these sounds and everything. We have a question from Trini Best One. Please ask, what is the recording process like for you? How can you kind of walk us through that? Like, how does it start? Where does it finish? You know, stuff like that.
for me, recording is kind of a personal process. I don't. A lot of people don't really get to see me record, or very my close people who I feel comfortable being my complete self with, they get to experience that process. It's not that it's anything super exclusive. It's just that's how I feel comfortable. Because recording for me is a real process for me. Like I want to tap into a real emotion that suits the song that I might be working on. I want to tap into a real emotion that's going to help me express this song, and it's not something that I want to think about greatly. I just want to kind of get on the mic and express myself. So I might take a shot. I like my dry goods as well, so I might blow some smoke and get myself in that frame of mind and attack the project. There are technical parts of it, like the production and the lyrics and the melody and stuff like that. But I make sure to kind of study those things. If I haven't really worked with much other writers, Big Up Dimes and Pixel, and Full Blown FBE. They are the only,
Yes.
those are the only writers that I've really worked with that have sang songs where they've written. So, that process kind of helped me understand my way of recording even more, because now I'm working with somebody else's product. But it's the same thing. I want to tap into that mood and I want to own it, so that's what the process is like for me. I try to record songs like if it's being performed for the first time and the performer is doing an excellent job. Like I try to go in with that mindset. And I think some of the people that have experienced recording with me, they will tell you that, like, whether it takes 15 minutes or 8 hours, it's a journey, it's a ride, it's a process that you don't ever forget, because we make sure to have fun during that process. We make sure to get into the passion having that process. So
Absolutely, yeah, and I could definitely feel the energy and the vibes in some of your music, and I think a lot of people know you're a phenomenal artist, and
well, dope 'em up.
people know you're people in here saying eat grapes from Publix. I see people say you do push-ups. That's a nice little method to record and stuff. Big up yourself, Con. Soca Champion, big up. So I know you produced some amazing tunes, right? Bend Over, Marshall 2011, Prescription, Ravi B.
Appreciate you.
Yes, and I like that you went to the recording process, because I think most people see you on stage, but I think there's still some people out there who don't know just how many things you do as an artist. And I use the word artist as a complete term, meaning producer, writer, singer slash vocalist, all of them things. So one of the questions that I have for you is, how do you kind of balance all three of those elements in your artistry?
It just happened at this point. It just kind of happens naturally, because I started off as an artist first, and then I kind of realized the responsibility of an artist early on, and decided to get into some of the things that, like, artists need. Like whether you're a performing artist or you're a recording artist, you basically, if you're singing songs with words, you need a writer. You need, whether you're writing yourself or somebody else is writing for you. So I kind of started to realize certain things about artistry technically early on, and I went off into those veins to kind of learn more about it. I wrote for people, I produced a lot, and that was my part. That was the part that I chose to take, and it kind of just came full circle for me, that by the time like I started writing certain songs, going deeper into certain feelings that or producing certain moods that were going deeper into certain feelings, moods, is like it became distinct of me. It became distinct of the GBM brand, because like GB, God bless, he would produce on a lot of the tracks with me. He would write and give melodies on a lot of the tracks with me too. So it became distinct of our connection together. It became distinct of me as a creative person individually, and it just came full circle back to artistry. Like along the way, I don't know. It just comes natural now. I had so much hours in, I had so much hours in each role. I remember recording for, like the first time Jaiga and myself recorded, we had a long ass session, and I was the engineer. Like I was engineering the session, and we were in there for more than 5 hours, and it was like, we were pumping. But for somebody who you're filling in as an engineer, that's a lot. So getting all those hours in the different roles kind of take me to a point where at this point it's like all three, they go hand in hand, and it's very natural. It's very natural. Like I mess with other people's productions too. But again, I just put on my production hat when that's necessary, and it all comes from one place at this point. The creativity for either role just comes from one place. So, second nature.
Vibes. And it's incredible to see, because I mean, you put in that work, right? Where I feel like you've just become a master at all three of those things. So that's
I don't know if
really,
I'm a
really
master yet,
incredible.
but I don't know if I'm a master yet, but
I think the fans would say you are. The biggest fans would definitely say you are. But we have another question here. How do you think you can encourage people to buy more soca music? And this is coming from Molecules. Molecules, pick up yourself.
I'm not the greatest salesperson. I'm not in sales. I understand that a part of making music is marketing on the business end. I really don't have the solution how, because I'm coming from a creative place. So, like, I'm always trying to figure out how. Depends on, what the project is. Like, Carmen is something different. It's something that there's no other artists in this timing right now, because nothing new under the sun, that have those songs and have that project. And the truth is, I may not know how to successfully market it all the time. I don't know how to encourage the fans to go stream my music, go buy my music. I just kind of like be my best self. I just kind of focusing on the product being the thing that sells itself. Like, if the product is great, just the same way that we see necessity in other products in our life, if my product is great, if an artist's product is that great, I think people will just see it as a necessity, and they will gravitate towards it. Like, I've never been one to rely on devices to inspire a feeling that I think should be natural. Now, you should want to go buy your favorite artist's song if you're doing it for artists that you may not even care about, and you may not realize it. So if you have a artist that you read, that you support, just go stream the music, go buy the music. Like, I don't know if there's a way that anybody could really get you to do that, beside putting in their hard work on making sure that the product itself is of a quality worthy of you spending your bread on.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I know, for example, with Carmen, like it's on all the digital platforms, right? So Spotify, Apple Music, all them kind of things. Do you feel the years of kind of directing consumers to just YouTube, right? Because I feel like for a while, YouTube was kind of the main thing, like soca artists would have a song, boom, put it on YouTube, hit up Julian's promos and kind of thing. And now I think a lot of soca artists are starting to realize, like, yo, we kind of need to diversify this thing a little bit. The millennial generation and the Generation Z, they're into all these things, right? Do you think it's kind of difficult to kind of change people's habits to try these other platforms and to really fully utilize it?
I don't think it's difficult. I think if everybody play their part, if everybody play their part in supporting the music, wherever it goes, you'll go. You have people that they love to play mass. They love to play mass. So wherever there's a carnival happening, they will island hop, they will carnival hop. You know what I mean? Because what they want is there. So people, yes, they're in the habit of Julians and going on Julian's because artists still releasing their music there. So I'm not saying not to release your music on Julian's, but you know, it's like put your music everywhere. I mean, I think that's the timing that we living in now, right? You know,
Right.
it's like people have different preferences. For some people, like to use Spotify. That's what's happening with the new generation. They like to use Pandora. They like to use Spotify. They like to use Apple Music. They want to use Google Play or Deezer. Like, so just play music everywhere, including on Julian's, because there are some people that they will introduce to soca on Julian's, or they just know that they may not know the name of a song or something properly, and Julian's is where they go. It's like people go to where they go, and I think that it's everybody's responsibility to understand the ramifications of the numbers and them going where they going. Like, you know, if 13 million people go to Kes Hello on Julian's, then those 13 million should go stream it on Apple Music too one time. You know, because all it takes is one view. Like, one view is one view. So it have people who will go and watch the same song 6 times on YouTube, 13 times. Sometimes the YouTube system is just where people comfortable. So I just think artists need to understand that the fans are the fans, and they will do what they want to do, and they will do it how they want to do it. We could educate them, and we could create the options for them, and then we just have to let them choose. And we would hope that they would choose the things that, like the Apple, we get streams from YouTube and stuff too. Like artists, they have their channels on YouTube. Go stream it from their channel direct. As much as you might listen to it from wherever it's posted, like as much as you might listen to it where have the bigger number. Just if it's really your song, go listen to it everywhere, because it's everywhere. So
Absolutely.
I don't know when it comes to stuff like that, to be honest.
No, I think you worded it very well. I think you raised the point that a lot of artists should take advantage of all these platforms the way that you're taking advantage of it, because really and truly, I think also in this age, that's really the only way we can really push soca music and Caribbean culture to the world, is we have to take advantage of all these digital avenues. One of the questions I get in here from Kino, big up yourself, Kino. Do you think soca artists will make a complete like concept album, or will we continue to kind of see the trend of creating just hit songs and singles for Carnival?
I mean, if you're meant to be really bluntly honest with you, Rich,
Yes.
I don't I don't know what any other soca artist is gonna do. I don't think that's my I don't think I'm in that position to be the judge and juror, or even self the news reporter on what other soca artist is gonna do. I think it's just like with the fans, the artists. Now this is where the fans and their responsibility come into play. The artists gonna they are the ones that they're expressing themselves, right? They're sharing a piece of themselves with the public, with fans. They're gonna do what they want to do. They need to be able to do what they want to do, and not guys, not in a negative way, just in a creative way. They need to be able to express themselves how they want to express themselves, and do what they feel they should do with their careers. And if they have supporters, their supporters support them. Like, it's just that simple. We would want to see more projects from certain artists and things, maybe in a certain way. If the majority of the fans demand that, I'm sure that artists will oblige. Because I think there's a lot of artists within our soca genre that, you know, they do what they do for the fans. Yes, there's political, you know, yes, there's political behaviors and stuff underneath how the artists run their business, but that's their right to be however they are. And I think when it comes to the releasing of music, if the fans want music all year round, then they gotta support it. They gotta go in and show that there's that demand there. And the artists will supply. And the ones who don't supply, you will be able to clearly make them out and make your decision as to how you want to move forward supporting the artist or not. Because maybe an artist is their thing is they want to put out songs for the season. Their focus is carnival. Like, you understand it? This is not about having one thing or the other. This is about having a spectrum. Everybody can't be the same way. Every artist can't be the same. So if you as a fan want music, again, demand it. Create the demand for it. Somebody asked Miss Turn It Up asking, do you find it challenging to make music to release each year? I want to go in on that question, and me personally, no, it's not. My creativity comes from an infinite well, and I think I'll be making music well into my gray hairs. I don't rub my beard because I ain't no hair up here to do it.
Amazing, man. I could definitely see you too in that role. And I know you have a wealth of creativity. I've heard other artists say, they kind of say like they feel like they're a vessel, and the creativity kind of comes from outside and flows through. One of the questions I want to ask is specifically about soca, right? And how you feel about it. Some artists have said that soca. You can still
Yeah.
get me? Yes,
Yeah.
I got umbrellas. Yeah. So back to the question. Some people have said that soca can kind of limit people's creativity because of expectations of what it should sound like, right? A jump and wave, or a power, or a groovy. Have there been times in your career where you felt that soca has kind of limited you and you wanted to explore other things? Because I know you really pushed the boundaries of sound, and you release what you want to release, right? So have there been those kind of moments, or do you feel like soca lets you explore your full creativity?
Well, I feel like you answered the question that you asked me because I release what I want to release. So I don't feel boxed in. I don't feel boxed in, and I want the people to understand that, we need this spectrum. So we need the people who want to protect the gem of soca music. We need people who want to protect the true form of it now. People who understand it from a time in where it had become jump and wave, and it had become whiny ways, and then we went through a period of rum songs, and this is the gems. This is what our music evolved from. This is what it's based on. There's a cultural preservation that needs to happen. But then where I come in as a hybrid, we need innovation as well. We need globalization of the music as well. So I experiment with other genres, and I incorporate other sounds like into my music. Now, I haven't felt boxed in, not once. There have been times I've been frustrated. There have been times I've been, disappointed with the response to certain projects. But outside of that, I think that's just my artist ego taking little blows here and there. And I've always, found that encouragement and motivation to like just continue doing my thing, releasing what I want to release.
Niceness. I just want to big up each people in the chat real quick. There are people in here saying we can't put talent in a box. Let the artists spread their wings and create what they want. Big up yourself, Dr. Rebel G. Yes, a lot of people in here now because Nutron, you release such a variety of music. We see that. I don't feel new artists coming into a box. There's so much music on the spectrum. Gel, big up yourself. Thank you. Soca music is not just one thing, though. So definitely, I think the fans want variety, and they see that you give variety.
Facts. Marshall did change the
Yes.
landscape of what soca really was. He really did. As a matter of fact, for his generation and his time, and like if you know a little bit of soca history, big up yourself on that comment, Trini Best. Marshall basically, he fought for soca for his generation because during his rise, he was people were heavy into dub and the whole dancehall movement, and this guy fought for soca music to make it into something youthful and young. And look at where Marshall is as a pioneer. here and now today, like still evolving because he went through so many phases from whiner boy to to Bobo Marshall to fucking party fat mashup boss to monk. You understand? Like it's
Yeah.
just that's just artists, that's just creative evolution, artist evolution, business entrepreneurship, evolving your brand, whatever you want to call it, is growth, is change, is inevitable. You know what I mean? We will have traditional soca just like scene having or calypso, Ricky having elements of you know the root now, our calypso, our culture, even the colors that Ricky would have used for the artwork for calypso and the style of drawing and coloring is like the gems will always be there. But as Rebels say, the new artists, they're not coming into this thing feeling boxed in, and they bringing their flavor in. And some of the millennial artists like myself, Liro, Shal, like Problem, we blending our multiple influences into the music that we do. Like the gems gonna be there and the new shit gonna be there. So just soak it all up, like get involved. You know what I mean? We giving you all the variety. The artists doing what they could do to give that variety to, soca evolving and growing. You have over what 60 something carnivals. Yeah, I mean not 2020, but
Yeah, not this year, but there
2020
are
we had
plenty.
zero. We had zero carnivals.
We had a handful. Like we had Trinidad, I believe we had Haiti, and we had a couple
Yeah.
other islands as well. But yeah. I feel you on that, and I think you definitely make a good point that new artists coming in have that variety and can make their own unique mark. I have one question I want to pull up from you. It says here, as a producer, what do you look for when working with new or younger artists?
I look for confidence. I tend to look for innovation sometimes, but I really kind of have settled on confidence and just confidence of that artist knowing themselves and knowing what they want, even if their skill not up top as yet. Even where's that? There's a siren going off for curfew. yo.
Things safe in the studio, right?
Basically like this guy just really gave me a ADHD moment. If anybody knows
breathe.
Basically like you have people that they Rich, you had to remind me what I was saying. He really come and just
no. It's okay. When you said you were looking for confidence in the younger artists, then yeah.
Right. So okay, I got it. Thank you. So I look for confidence. I look for somebody that they know who they are. They know what they want to express. They know what vibe they want to be on. Like, big up to Ariel Alexa right now because she's the most recent, along with RGY Dunn. Like, these are creatives from Trinidad and Tobago. They live in there, they're born and raised there, but their talent and their understanding of themselves as artists and what they want to do, is beyond their zone. They are not boxed in by what their immediate environment might think they should be doing. It's like you have this stigmatism as a creative that if you're from somewhere, you should do what is native to that place. But some people don't naturally feel that. Some people, they connect to something elsewhere, and that's where their talent really gets a chance to shine and grow and evolve. So I look for that. I look for that confidence that an artist knows, what direction they want to head in, and they just need guidance on developing skills. You know what I mean? They need guidance on some of the technical things, like they maybe need advice here or there, somebody who has experience, who's willing to pass down their experience and say, this is how it went for me, this way or that way, or this way or that way. You have the information. It's like having a history class in school. Like, we don't have a lot of that in our zone, you know what I mean? We don't have you know how much of us want to pick Marshall brain, dog? Like, you know how much of us want to know how Gallon lyrics come together like that? You know how much of us want to know how Fayan, like, how has she become such a successful businesswoman, and how has she used her platform to elevate her? Is like, we want to know. We want to know. So that's what I look for in new artists, and that's what I try to provide as well. Like, just a kind of big brother vibe, I suppose, in the industry.
That's amazing, man. I think you raised a really, really good point of education specifically in the genre of soca, right? So what resources do artists have? Where do they go for knowledge? Where do they go when they have questions and stuff like that? So it's amazing to hear that you want to offer those things, especially to new artists and just creatives in
Yes,
general.
big up Milko. Big up Milko is like he's not the first artist that I work with closely like that, but he's the one that I really connected to because again, he just had this raw vibe and he set the bar for me. Kevin Carter is my older brother. Like we grew up in the same household together. Yeah. So I basically been working with artists from birth. So I don't know. It's just like, somebody saying we should have a soca masterclass. Yeah.
Yeah.
We need for that to really work. We need the grandmasters. Like when you have a masterclass with Hans Zimmer giving a master, like, or Timbo giving a masterclass. We need Marshall, Bungie, Destra, Fayan. Like, we would need those people. I would say, of course I would happy to be a part of it too, but we want to hear from the people who really been doing it the longest and have been successful at doing it. Show in Iowa. Like, we want to hear from people like KMC, people who, they put in a lot of work to build this industry that we have.
Yeah, definitely. And you raised really, really good points. We need these people who have elevated the genre to come in and dive into these newer platforms that will really, really act as those resources. I get that question here. I just want to address that real quick from Mo34. So full question: what was your funniest memory while performing live on stage?
Yo, I have two, right?
Yes.
So, but the first one I'll share is this one. We were doing GBM showcase in Miami. Big up to Soca Viber, and one of the artists, a young fella, fit guy. He went on to start off the show, and I had family members and stuff there. My good brother was there with his wife. And this artist went on stage, did his thing, and decided to like jump down in the crowd to take a wine. And like I literally turned away for like 2 seconds, and by the time I turned back, Milk and Milk and them was like pulling my shirt, like yo, what's going on there? And the artist was like whining on my brethren wife, like, and she giving him serious, and they jamming, they going down, and my brethren is there like, whoa! For me, that was a moment. That was a moment, in many different ways, because it just kind of showed you a moment of like, this is soca, this is fete. It's like, take a wine, a man wine on the next man wife, right? And I think my twin, my second moment was in Boston. Yo, I think I get chained up, boy. And I decide to wear tight pants, boy. On stage, our pants that might have been a little bit too tight. And boy, yo, as I bust the first wine, I just feel freedom. Like, like I literally feel freedom from the first rotation of my waist. And it was like my whole cocoa was out in my jockey, but my pants ripped all the way down, like the inseam ripped all the way down, like yo.
Okay, I think that's those two stories alone. I think top any other story I ever heard, for real. And it's funny because when I hear stories like that, like the first thing that comes into my mind is Oli and Soca, Like, you know what I mean? Only in soca, like, there are certain things that you can only get at a Caribbean event, a soca event, you know. And it's amazing that you have those experiences to talk on. One of the things I wanted to ask as well is what is the whole like origin of like of GBM, right? So I know it's Greater Brooklyn movements. There's GBM Nutron, there's GBM Milko. What is the whole kind of the whole company, I should say, the whole package or record, if you whatever you need to call it.
So, we have GBM, we've been journeying 10 years plus. So big up to man like Kevin Evil. Big up. If you remember Kevin Evil was like a part of Natural Freaks. Big up Tony Cross too, Marvin. But we had Kevin Evil, and who is now, Groovy Groove, Mr. Groove. He was Baby Groove at a point in time, and then he became, DJ Groove, Mr. Groove. They were like DJs. Big up to Hyper Leon family again. Like, I think GBM at this point, is really a movement. Big up to GB, God bless. Like the OG. Big up to Bliss, OG. We have members. We have a whole team. Kaylan, Khadijah, KK, Papos. We have a whole team. But GBM really at this point, answering that question here and now, is a movement. It's just a movement of us being family. We have a common goal. We have GB, God bless, who's a part of the promotion for MSW. You know that Juve party doing 10,000 plus people. COVID MC this year. Anybody from the Caribbean know what I mean when I say MC? Mother, right. Muksha with Muksha, which evolved into MSW. They did Long Island Amphitheater last year. Madison Square Garden, Marshall Montano performances. That is GB, God bless. So we have promotion. Say Less in Trinidad. That is set. So we have promotion. We have a store, K&M. It's just a movement of family, and we come together under our brands, under our skills. This is black business. This is family black business. This is together business. We just squabble, we just cuss one another, but we make it happen. We have a whole nother side, which is the Abrams and the Henrys. That is where Milko come in. That is where Ayana come in. That is where Big Len come in. That is team repertoire and their events that we've done in Trinidad. We have a little monopoly board. And, we get it done. We have history in radio stations here in New York. If you remember Big 95, we've been doing this. We've been basically doing what we could humanly do, whatever we could possibly do for culture, for from clothes to mass, because you have Ramage Mass, which is a part of that conglomerate. That is on GB whole side. We just a movement, Great Brooklyn movement, because we kind of, it's like LL Cool J to say what no, let me not even do that. But basically, we were born in Trinidad and Tobago, but we grew up in Brooklyn. We came together, we connected here in Brooklyn, New York. And Brooklyn, New York is an amazing example of a Caribbean community formed outside of the Caribbean. That extends out to Queens now, to Long Island now, to New Jersey now, to Connecticut now, dog, Rich, Brooklyn, different. If Brooklyn not in your Miami Carnival, if Brooklyn not in your this carnival, that carnival, your Toronto Carnival, big up the six same way. I know some people will fight me on this, but Brooklyn, they are a core network. And we wanted to represent that with everything that we do. With all the DJing, promoting, the production, the songs, the artists, the clothes, the stores, we just we just wanted to come together and build and represent that.
That's amazing, man. Really, really inspiring too. We have about 10 minutes on the clock. One question I want to ask, and I think you bring up a really good point, and it's a question that I always have for a lot of my more local artists. Do you ever receive, or have you received throughout your career, fight down for being based in New York whenever sometimes you have to go back to the Caribbean? Do sometimes people look at you as foreign because you're making music, or have you found for the most part people are still very accepting of the diaspora and Caribbean people abroad?
I think I represent Trinidad and Tobago first and foremost, and I think I would love to receive more love. I'm not even gonna front from there, because I rep for their hard no matter what. But I rep for their hard no matter what. So it's like I don't care about the whether I'm viewed as a foreigner or a local or whatever. Like at the end of the day, like I am here because of my product. I've been blessed to travel the Caribbean in place like Grenada has shown me some amazing love. Rotan, one of my favorite places, small island off of Honduras. I will never stop talking about there. I've been there once. I want to go back. I had a good time regardless of how many flights I had to take to get there. I don't know. If I receive any kind of pushback because of because of all the places that I represent and stuff, I wouldn't have noticed, because if you don't want me because of where I coming from or for whatever reason, I mean I just wouldn't come. I wouldn't come there. I would come and go wherever the people who want to see me want me to go. You dig? Like, they want me in Japan, they want me in Australia, I'm there. Like, I am a foreigner to them at that point in time. I am a foreigner from the Caribbean. I live in New York. I lived in Trinidad as a youth. Like, it is what it is. I kind of having difficulty answering that question in a real smooth way, because a part of me really just want to tell you the truth, which is, I don't care. Like, I don't think somebody who don't want to accept me for who I am is going to try and ask me to come into their space anyway. So,
Yeah.
And the real answer to that question is no. Everywhere that I've been to has been love, and they wanted me there. We might have had some incidents where they weren't dealing with me appropriately, and things might get a little weird, but more or less they wanted me there, and I wanted to be there because I felt that love, I felt that appreciation from the fans there. Remember, that is my primary focus too, to like service my fans.
Amazing, bro. Yeah, and I think you really raised a good point, because it's like the vibes that I get, and it's like you are there to represent yourself, your music, your fans, and you're not really looking for validation from anywhere. You know what I mean? And I think we as Caribbean people really need to have that mentality, because sometimes I feel, we look for validation in the wrong places, Not to say like it's not good for Soca to have a Grammy. I would love for Soca to have a Grammy, but at the same time, why fight so much to get the approval from outside when you can have all the love from the inside and support your people, you know? So I think you really, really, you said it so well, and it's just, I really, really appreciate that a lot. We have about 10 more minutes on the clock, so I want to get into the questions about Soca. So how do you see Soca for you, from your perspective as an artist? How do you see it evolving? Where do you see it going in the next few years?
I wish I knew, because in the next few years I would be a millionaire. But I can't tell you, sir. I don't know where it's gonna go. Where I see it going, I just see it going up. I see it on a upward motion. I mean, I'm an optimist, and my optimism is based off of my passion, and I know that there are others that share my passion. So my mission is to inspire them to continue doing what they are doing, to support this genre, to make this, like yourself, bro. I mean, Come on, look. We have hundreds of, not knocking anybody for whatever reason. I'm just saying that there are hundreds of media persons throughout the Caribbean, and I would have liked to see more activity like this from years before. I would like to see it now, and I would like to see it moving forward. But here we are in North of America, and that's what I was saying. North of America. Here we are in North America. Here we are in North America, and we're doing this. We taking this chance. We jumping out there to do this, and I think we're doing it quite well. So big up to yourself and the whole team.
Thank you, bro.
I think that the future is bright because of the people that have an opinion, period, about this. Like this is I envision this as an inclusive thing always. And I think once you have people that they may not fully understand right away, but they have a passionate opinion about it. There's interest. You have people that willing to help educate and share wisdom about how we could incorporate all these different opinions, so on and so forth. It's gonna go somewhere. It's gonna keep growing. It's gonna keep evolving. It's been there from it's been there since what, 1914, when you had the full set of carnivals, the full set of revelry, the full set of music coming out. What I mean? It's been there. It will continue to be there, and it will continue to get better, because hopefully, those of us that are, on a mission to educate others and to inspire youth to come into this, having knowledge, understanding what's going on, and being confident about expressing themselves or whatever they want to do, whether it's videography, music, branding, merch, media, whatever it is they're doing. I think that the future is bright, and I don't see soca music flopping anytime at all. I see it getting there with or without validation from institutions. Like, it exists, it's here. Soca fans are here. We are here. We're not going anywhere. We're real. And I think the artists themselves are growing and they're evolving, and they kind of like educating themselves to be more present in the devices that we have, social media, digital streaming, digital media. We go in there. So I think that my next move, in light of everything that's going on and in light of those things just said, I think my next move is to kind of help this along and to remain consistent with what I've been doing, which is spreading my love for soca, regardless of where I'm from, who think I'm this, who think I'm what, who think I'm that. Like, I have a passion for this thing. I am a Caribbean man. I'm a Black Caribbean man. Like, I think I just need to continue doing what I do to help get soca to that place that I envision it. I don't know where it is, because I don't see a limit. I don't see a cap on it. I don't see a benchmark. I see it as something that's going to continue to grow and evolve. I think that it existing is necessary, regardless of, I would love for it to be high level, and the industry to expand more. But it just needs to exist, and it just needs, to have that consistency of people going hard for the culture, for the fans. So that's why June 5th, I'm doing Soca on lockdown. I know it's a funny timing, but we are still on lockdown technically. And I think that, I was speaking to Yanni today, and I was like, yo, I feel so conflicted, because I feel like, okay, like, Tuesday, June 2nd, music industry is supposed to go on pause. And then you have the dancers community wanting to go on pause. And the world crazy right now, because you have so much real feelings, mainly anger, mainly pain, so much hurt and sacrifice. People, they don't even, some people don't even know how to express themselves. I myself, I was having that difficulty, and that's why I was having that conversation, just basically saying, yo, how do I feel comfortable doing what I do in the midst of what's going on, and people calling you out if you don't speak up on social media, and people, people finding all kind of different reasons to point fingers here and there.
Right.
And then there's the reality that still hasn't fully settled in with some people. What do we do? I have kids. I want them to have a future. And then it just kind of like, through the conversation and things that she was saying, is like, when all else fails, like you do what you've been blessed to do. Mm-hmm. My talent is music. I'm not a politician. Mm-hmm. I'm not militia. I'm not a legislator. I'm not, I'm not in that field. I'm in music. I'm in soca music. And I could only do what I know how to do. And soca, I saw Fian post something about the things that Caribbean people have been through so many times over. And I think that's a part of that's the edge of me being a black man, being a Caribbean black man, is like I have access to two different cultures and two different strengths. And it's like, that's what soca is all about. That's how come we have carnival, because it's a freedom festival. It was something that came out of revolution. It's a parade that came out of people pushing back against oppression. And out of carnival we have soca, and that's where I am in the story. I'm a soca artist, and soca is something that brings different walks of people together. So I need to just do what I do, which is spread soca music and spread the message of people coming together. That's how I feel I could play my part in what's happening in the world right now. Because, me going out there, like, I might feel the rage, I might feel the fire too, I might feel the ego too as well. I don't want to act out of anger and pain, first of all. Mm-hmm. Second of all, even if I feel that and I want to get up in the evening and go out there and my family is going to be scared AF. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You understand? I don't want to put my family through that fear.
Yeah.
Show me the petition to sign. Show me where we need to go and be present when a new system is being put in place. Show me where I need to send my bread. Mm-hmm. You have Black Lives Matter. They have a whole entire organization dedicated to these like, show me all of that. God has shown me what I need to be doing. That is why he gave me these talents. That is why he gave me the opportunity to be able to do this now. And, this is the way that I make my stand. This is the way that I stand up. June 5th, 7 o'clock, GBM Nutron, IG Live. I know a lot of the fans been waiting for this. Finally, performance. This June 5th live is all about performance. The promo is out on my page now. Go see the promo.
Yes.
If you feel it, be there.
Absolutely. GBM and Nutron, I want to say thank you so much for being probably the realest soca artist I know. Much respect on all the insights you gave. We have about 28 seconds left. Just let us know where we can find you, and we go from there.
GBM Nutron, one word, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Music is what I want you to get. Go check it out on all streaming platforms.
9 o'clock.
Yes, all the way. We have 5 seconds left. GBM, thank you so much.